squeeze in a call here talking about this home initiative here in Austin. Big vote tomorrow on the second phase as the city council continues rewriting land use codes. Shane is checking in on the Todd and Oz Show. Hey, Shane, what's on your mind?
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on the last caller and talk about more of the ramifications of this vote. I'm a city councilman in Lago Vista, Texas.
Yes, sir.
We're only an hour from Austin. You're completely correct. They're doing these high-density housing so they can increase their tax rolls. But what they're doing is they're doing it recklessly with consideration to our water resources. Towns like ours, we all pull from the Colorado River. They're pushing for high-density housing while we have the LCRA asking the rest of our communities to curtail our water usage. I'm on my way to the Texas Capitol right now to testify in a Senate hearing on water to talk about how I think the state really needs to start monitoring the city of Austin and Houston and San Antonio about decisions they make like this, because they're doing so without considering how are we going to have water in the future. And some of it is when they make these bad policies, people leave the city of Austin, they come to towns like ours, and it really strains our water infrastructure, our roads, and then we're told that we have to pay for it. And the only way we can is we go out for bonds. So the city of Austin is the worst neighbor you could possibly have.
Wow, that's interesting, coming from a Lago Vista City Council member. Now, listen, what is the situation of water in Texas? How's the water in Lago Vista? Talk to us a little bit about your planned, briefing, or at least a hearing you're going to be part of this morning at the Capitol. Talk to us about that. What are the issues?
Well, the LCRA and the state Texas Water Development Board have been telling us for years. I was a staffer in the Capitol for 10 years that we have limited water resources. Very shortly, the demand is going to be far outweighing the capacity that we have. And so we're having to come up with solutions as to where are we going to get water. And the number one thing we're told is to curtail while we figure it out. Well, Austin's not doing that. So how are communities like ours with limited tax base supposed to do that? Right now, we're at 80% capacity for our drinking and our wastewater. We have to expand our plants, and we don't really have a way to pay for that right now. Unfortunately, we're asking the state for dollars. If we can't have that, we're going to have to go out for bonds. It's kind of a dire situation, and we continue to watch Lake Travis go down.
Yep.
And we hear about LCRA selling more water rights to other communities. It's a difficult situation when you're trying to long-term plan.
Well, to be honest, Shane, the city of Austin may be the biggest water waster in the area. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, we got reports of leaky pipes and leaky pools, millions and millions of gallons.
Oh, yeah. Well, so, I mean, it was 2022 in which 6.9 billion gallons of water leaked out of city-run pools. And
6.9
billion gallons. Now, I know that they've made some upgrades to some of these pools, but even so, there's still some of these pools are still leaking many millions of gallons every single year. Yeah, so you're right, Shane. Austin is not a good neighbor to towns like Lago Vista.
Shane, what do you want the legislature to hear? What do you want the legislature to do on this topic?
Well, I think they need to look into monitoring these high-growth areas as far as when they propose zoning options like this. High-density housing is not the best move right now if we're worried about water resources. I think that they should be really sticking after them, and I think that they will. And I think that the city of Austin should be forced to focus on issues like this rather than going after their police officers or allowing the homelessness. They're not focusing on the right things. And it's unfortunate that I think the legislature should get involved, because I am a local rights person. But when they're being so reckless at a historic level, somebody has to step in, and I think they're the only ones who can.
Shane, thanks for checking in this morning. How do you say your last name? Shane Saum?
Yep, that's right. Thank you.
All right, Shane. Any relation to Doug Saum?
No, but I've heard that a lot.
Okay, just checking. All right. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate you checking in. Lago Vista City Council.
Famous name.
Got some water issues out there.
Yeah, well, and I mean, that's definitely a water-dependent town. I mean, Lago Vista, Lake Travis, across the way. I mean, all these little areas are going to start feeling the pinch from the water real soon, I think.